Mainoo Garnacho rumors this week. January transfer window's open. Things are getting a little crazy, but we're hearing we need to calm down because Mainoo isn't ready to leave. And Garnacho, he has a future at United. I feel like agents might be playing games right now. PSR at United. We're seeing crazy headlines. Those journos need clicks. It's January, and it's the transfer window.
And we are Manchester United, biggest club in the world. Nobody brings clicks like United. This all broke this week when there was a rumor that Kobbie could be available. Nobody's unsellable at the club, including Mainoo and Garnacho, and Chelsea were leading the race for him. So, you don't know where kind of just rumors start and the truth begins, but there's certainly got to be a little bit of truth to this. I'm sure his agent is doing some shopping. He has signed a longish-term deal. He's on for another 2 years, smallish wages, but I'm sure he's looking around and seeing, he sees Casemiro on $300K a week and Rashford on $350 a week and Anthony on $200K a week. And at the end of the day, the club is broke. They're in a tough position, but I hope they don't think that this is all about financial, hitting the effort, because this would be pure profit, right? Academy players like Kobbie, like Garnacho, be pure profit. They have additional benefit of selling a player that you bought. I hope that fucking Ratcliffe are not that tone deaf, and they're not that dollars and cents. And I fear that they are, because they've shown that they're pretty fucking tone deaf. One thing to sell Garnacho, he already feels like a foregone conclusion. He could be gone in years. But selling Kobbie Mainoo, I think they would have no idea how much that would backfire.
He's rumored to be on $20K a week,
which is nothing. So it means Anthony's on 10x.
He's said to be unhappy with Manchester United's initial offer of new terms. His deal goes through 2027, so they are kind of looking to re-up and bump him. Obviously, Casemiro $350K a week. He's nowhere near those sky-high wages, but is this agent making noise? Are Manchester United's financial troubles really bad? To sell Kobbie Youth Academy through and through would be a tragedy for financial reasons. Now, it would take, an insane deal, right? What would be the price? 100? Would you take 100 million?
I mean, if they paid $100 million for Enzo Fernandez and the guy from Uruguay out of Chelsea, he's worth 100 million. He's as good as he's 19 years old. Yeah, but 55 million.
His current value on transfer market is 55. Obviously, this is
it's transfer market, so
it's not.
We're not selling for 55 million euros.
Yeah, something like 75. You're getting 75 million euros. You're getting there.
He's as good as Moise Caicedo,
bro. For me, I think he has a potential. I haven't seen it this year. This year has been a regression for Kobbie. Now, he had an amazing season last season and amazing Euros. He was one of the best players on England at the Euros. It's incredible, him coming on in those games and what he was capable of doing. Unfortunately, haven't seen that this season. I'm a big believer in Kobbie, and he's been playing way too much. I think that contributes to it as well. And also, he's a very young lad. You don't want to see him go, but if you're getting crazy money and we're dying financially, I could see a world where you sell if someone's going to pay you £90 million for him and you need it to rebuild this team, you might have to take it. It's tragic. United's broke. We have to sell players. And that's just, there's no way around it. We've spent so much money. We have $1 billion in debt. Absolutely broke unless we get bought by nation state. You might have to wheel and deal here. I think this is agent bluster, complete BS. He's going nowhere. Probably get $150 at the end of the day, but he's probably looking for that Ahmad deal at 200. 200 is too much for him.
No, but Ahmad's at 120. Ahmad's at 120. Give him the Ahmad deal.
Him 125.
And he's 19 years old. Give him the same deal. It's $5.5, $6 million a year.
Lock it up. He's
20 is crazy. He's 20K a week. He definitely deserves a raise, even though he just signed a new contract. Listen, he's got a sophomore slump because he's 19 years old, and he was insane last year. He's definitely stepped down this year, but the cost to replace Kobbie Mainoo in the open market is at least 75 million. So that's the thing, is you have to get 100 million pounds easy because he's Who you buying to
We
replace
got
Kobbie Mainoo?
Coyer, the destroyer.
Yeah, where's he been, bro? Can he
should
play
be-
against Liverpool?
He should be featuring.
He's
in
not
all
good
honesty.
enough. He's not good enough yet because clearly, if
No,
he
but
was,
he's got
he'd be
potential.
playing.
He's got potential.
Yes, he
He's
does,
not
but
near the Kobbie
he's not
level,
like
but
18 years old, like playing the FA Cup final, scoring the winner. Like this kid is a stud, and he should get paid more than $20K a week. But I think he's loyal. I think just meet
do
in the
you
middle.
think if he played like he played last year, this year, that there would be debate over this? Like, I do feel like
It's the second
he's
year.
been off the mark
he's
by
19.
a significant
19 or 14th place.
It's like the Monstars
We're
came
14th
in, stole
place.
the mojo a little
Yeah,
bit.
but he had his mojo
it's
back
kind of
against.
like
He looked pretty good against Spurs. Not Spurs, against Scousers. I mean, that was like his best game of the season. I agree.
We looked better with Bruno. Like we did look better when he came off and Bruno dropped deep. Like I'm just saying, like I don't know. Look, all this depends on Amorim. So look, we as fans
also a
we're
good point.
Muppets because like, hey, we want Kobbie to stay at United, but we can't get in these like paying these crazy wages. It's like you got to earn it a little bit. I don't like the whole like you just signed a deal, then you want to raise, and you're not really playing your best football. It's like, hey, how about you have a good season, then you'll get it next year. I just feel like this is a little too early to have the discussion. Throw out Chelsea, start throwing mud. Like I don't love it from the agent, but this is all agent tactics. This is how things get done. Garnacho. Look, this sucks. Amorim, I'm a huge Garnacho fan. He's clearly got some attitude issues.
We already knew that. We already knew that.
Here's the deal: plays for Argentina, doesn't like Messi. Not like he doesn't like him, but it's clearly he's a shit starter. He's just like he's got an edge to him. I think that's why he makes him good. But
All good players do.
But at the same time, like he hasn't had that good of a season. He's got the raw. I think he's got the raw talent to be like Ronaldo 2.0, and they're like to sell him for 50 would be a crime.
50,
but no one's going to pay more than that now. Like 50 million pounds. I want to see Garnacho like hit the level and sell him for like 100 plus.
To Real Madrid.
Like if you want to sell, the time to sell these players is not now. Sell cheap. The time to sell these players is like if you really need them. Is like United needs to be in the business of selling some top prospects for like big cash every once in a while. That's just how it is. Like Madrid will come and buy our players. Like we are not a buy or compete with Madrid for Mbappe team. That's not who United is. We have a great youth academy. We want Garnacho through 27, sell him to Madrid for big money at that point. Something like this. This is kind of where our sweet spot should be. And so to sell now is like a fire sale. Way too soon for these kids because they got potential and we need to get the best out of them before you move them on.
Yeah, we need them. Right now, like we don't have a lot of options. We don't have a lot of players in midfield or on the wing ready to step up. Like behind Garnacho is fucking Anthony. So it's like we don't have options behind these players.
Anthony.
Yeah, no one wants to buy Anthony because he's no good and he's on $200K a week. That's going to be a Phil Jones right there. We're going to smoke that one to the end. I think the club is in real trouble, and I think Ratcliffe is not sentimental at all about anything. Like I think Ratcliffe would gladly see United's record of having an academy player on the squad for 90 years or whatever it is since the 30s. He would let that go away if it meant like the difference between having to put another couple $100 million in the club. And you know
That's
what?
a lot of money. But like,
It is a lot of money,
no,
but
it doesn't.
he's worth $14 billion.
It's just
I'm
it's
saying
a
is
nice
he's not going to be
record,
sentimental.
but it's
That's
like
important, bro. Like if you don't think that's important,
I think it's more important that we have a good academy producing players than just some like record off the shelf that every game. So like, what if one game someone doesn't play? It's not a big deal. Like I'm just more worried about the health of the academy and developing the young talent than I am about like a one-off stat.
it's the stat leads to having players that can actually play in the first team. You don't just
But
like
that shouldn't be in your mind as a manager if it's like, oh, you can't play that way or you can't play
No,
that 11
it's-
because you need to do that. That doesn't seem like
it's an inherent part of Manchester United that like academy should be a huge part of the squad. Like we should have a couple players in every 11 that are
for
competent
me,
enough.
The count of players that have come from the academy and played for the first team is more important than every single game there's one. Like there is a reason.
Any
why
good squad, any good United team has a number of academy
What if they're
players.
on the bench?
That's fine. They're in the matchday squad.
Yes.
That's the matchday squad.
Okay.
The bench is included.
Okay. There we go.
I'm making the point. You don't have to be in the 11 if there's not enough. But
Okay,
like,
well,
we should have good enough players from the academy that are always featuring, that there are surplus ones
Yes,
that
I
you could
totally
sell.
agree, but I
And
just
you
don't
know what?
care
The
about
academy
it.
was kind of underinvested for a while, to be fair. And then we started to get our feet underneath us.
Paul Pogba, Jesse Lingard. Come on. Like,
There was a
like
gap.
hitters.
There was a gap. Yeah, those guys. How are they doing?
So key point of the article, United have to sell to buy to equip Ruben Amorim with a squad capable of enacting his philosophy. So we are a sell to buy team, and we're going to have to make difficult decisions. I think someone like Garnacho, it could be surplus requirements. That's tragic. I rate him a lot, but if he's not getting along with the manager and, you know, there's not a fit and you can get 50 million and that could get us the left back, we might need to wheel and deal. Let us know what you think about these crazy transfer rumors. It is January. We're trying to sift through all the BS. I think this is agent noise. Please comment below. Please like, subscribe, help the channel out, and we'll see you in the next video.